I'm going to share with you how to take this outdoor star that has been sun bleached and has been weathered and turn it into something brand new. Look at this beauty. If you'd like to learn this process, stay tuned. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Yes, oh my goodness, if you are new here, my name is Yvonne and you are on Ginger Chick Rehab, where I love to transform secondhand items that are no longer wanted. Some of these items probably should have been thrown in the trash, but let's share with you how to give them new life. And in this video, it is an outdoor. I am taking some outdoor items that people they sun faded, they were broken, they needed a second chance on life, and I'm sharing the process with you all of how to do that. I am sure many of you that are watching today, you have items like this. We take them in the wintertime here in Michigan in the area. They get sun bleached. They get beat up by the weather. It is just absolutely amazing to transform pieces and save them from year after year. And sometimes people try by painting them, or this poor little guy that has been broken somehow, but he has the original rusty crustiness that I love. So in today's video, yes, we are going to fix all these broken, beat up pieces. Not only did they just get broken and beat up generally, but just what the sun and the weather normally does to them. First one I am starting with today is this beautiful John Deere bell. It has a beautiful patina on it. I just hate to have to scrub it off and painting it. That would have been the easy fix, is just to paint it all the same color, but it's John Deere. John Deere is known for its yellow and green. So when I purchased this from an auction, somebody had painted it around it while it was on the house, so it has this gray paint. So I just went in my hot water with Dawn dish soap and let it soak for an hour or so to see if that could loosen up some of that paint. And I just have a wire brush that I am starting to scrub some of it off. And yes, actually, a lot of times that original top coat that's on the manufacturer's pieces, a lot of times will stay on. Sometimes you do take some of it off, but my goal is not to completely change this John Deere bell. With a lot of the elbow grease, I got most of that gray paint off. Now, I think it looks pretty good, other than it did take some of the yellow, and I couldn't get it out of the crevices of the wheel of that back area. So what I'm going to be using today is the iron patina from Dixie Belle. So this should be able to match up pretty good. It's got a little bit of the rusty crustiness. It's got a little bit of that turquoise. So I'll be using the two different sprays to try to match up. So I'm really just trying to blend in, not taking away all the character of this bell. My patina has done what my patina needed to do. I'm going to go ahead and get that sealed in with some weather defense to protect that. Absolutely love. Is it perfect? No. Is it imperfectly perfect? Yes, but it still saves some of that John Deere's character. Next up is this bird bath, bird feeder. It's glass, so it has been painted on the opposite side. And of course, it gets scratched up. And when you just think, oh, I'm just going to soak it in hot water and wash it off, no, of course, it doesn't come off that easy. But it does come off pretty darn easy with just using some of the simple citrus stripper that you use to take off paint off of furniture. Yep, it works for glass too. So all I'm doing is going ahead and spraying it all around. I'm going to put some saran wrap, and then I'm going to sit it off to the side for a couple hours and let it do its work. Now that I got it all cleaned, it's good and dry. Now I get to pick my rainbow of colors of what I want to paint it. So it has a butterfly and it has a flower. So I'm going in my artisanal plate and see what I have. And last year when I did one of these glass bird baths, I picked kind of a sunflower type of theme, and the robin seemed to love it all summer long, so I'm going to try to brighten up my colors. So the only blue that I have on hand is this one from Color Fusion, but I do have some brighter paints, so I'm going to go ahead and start painting on my beautiful butterfly. I find painting on glass with the fusion paint is just like painting on a furniture. You got to do that one coat, and that one coat gets on there, but it's going to be you're going to see through it. It's not going to be a complete coverage. So once I go and apply my second coat, I should have complete coverage, and using the assistance of a heat gun helps right along to get that paint dry in between coats. And now for my butterfly, I was at first just going to trace the outline in black, but then I quickly decided that I don't think that really matters. So I actually just covered up the whole back of the butterfly because my blue was already on there with the black. I love how this is covering. Now I'm moving on to my flower. In the middle of my flower, I did some black. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of red. I'm kind of doing a red and an orange and the yellow kind of colors. Oh, wow. So I'm still working on my base of picking up colors from the Painted Heirloom. Check her out. First time buyer, she has a 10% discount code for fast shipping, y'all. So anyway, yeah, so I am just, the nice thing about a flower is it doesn't always have to be all one color. You can kind of fade it in. So this is the fun of where that Bob Ross comes out in you when you just are like, oh, this is kind of relaxing. Just keep painting, just keep painting. And then after I got it the way that I like it, I'm totally in love with it. Now, I don't have to necessarily do this step, but I am going to have it outside, weather the weather, so I am going to do an extra top coat. The Fusion paint has a top coat in it, so it is not necessary, but I want to give it that extra protection of being out in the weather. I want to freshen up that chain, that hanging system that came on this. So I'm just using the Farm Implements paint in the low sheen black to give this a new look. Not all items have to be a paint job, a cover up that natural rusty crusty goodness like this beautiful little bird bath, this cast iron bird bath. I'm peeling off the Made in China sticker. That's just my little pet peeve of stickers. Anyway, it's got beautiful rusty patina on it. So all I'm going to do with this piece is I'm going to go ahead and just give it a nice bath of Dawn dish soap, hot water, make sure that it's thoroughly dry, and I'm actually going to seal the rust in using some of the Weather Defense for Metal spray. Now how to fix this problem. Oh my gosh, that rusty crusty of this snail just has me, and I am so sad that it was a hollow fake stone that has a hole in it. Well, yeah, we do need to fix that before reselling it because it will just fill with water, and I'm pretty sure that would steal somebody off from buying it. So the only thing that I could really think of was to fill that hole in with something. So, but I love the patina of this, so I want to protect that, so I'm going to take the time to tape off those areas. Yes, I did try to loosen up the bolt that was holding it all together, but I'm pretty sure it's just a fake bolt that has been really, really rusted, and it is there to stay, so I am not going to hurt this snail's form by trying to remove it, so taping it off is the easiest. So now to fill the hole, yep, I'm just going to use the gaps and cracks spray foam that's going to build up, so it is only going to take a little bit to fill this up. And then I'm going to remove as much as I can. As it dries, it actually expands even a little bit more, but I want to get as much off of the rock part that I can, and then just set it off to the side and then let it dry. You can always cut off the excess if it foams up even more, which it will do. It'll do that, but it cuts very easily. So yes, now that it's set up for a couple hours, it's pretty hard. I didn't want it to sit overnight. I didn't want it to be that hard. I want to be able to still be able to remove my tape. I'm going to go ahead and do that first in the hopes that it'll pull some more of that spray foam off. But I am happy to now have this fake rock filled in. I'm going to go back to that iron patina that I used earlier to fix the John Deere bell, and I'm just going to go ahead and dab it on that space where that spray foam is showing. I'm not going to cover up the whole rock. I just am going to try to blend in where I filled it in with the spray foam. I'm going to let that iron paint dry, and then I'm just going to apply some of the rust patina, which I accidentally grabbed the wrong bottle at first, so you'll see a little bit of blue here, but I think it blends perfectly. And then now that I have it the way I want and my spray is dry, it blends in perfectly. I couldn't ask for anything better than how it looks. And I'm going to seal it all in with some Weather Defense metal spray. I was kind of on the fence. Is this an outdoor decor, under covered porch, maybe on a back shed? This is something I thrifted a while ago, and I know it's some type of a thatching rake, like for hay, straw, something like that. But I know it's a reproduction. But I wanted to make this into pretty outdoor decor that somebody could hang also. So I need to get it cleaned up. Now I had similar ones of this that were just natural wood, and I left the beautiful wood as is. So with the blue, I don't know, not everybody's a blue fan, so I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned off with some Dawn dish soap, some hot water. We're going to take it into the spray room, and yes, y'all, I'm going to paint it black. So I wasn't going to try to strip paint off of those little dowels. No way. So black it is. I'm just using some spray enamel. One coat will do it on both sides. To finish this up, I'm just going to go ahead and add just one single eyelet hook on the back so it'll make hanging easy. And I have a rusty crusty star that I think will just embellish this just perfectly for decor. Next up, I'm going to work on this little turtle, and I think this little turtle was supposed to be a votive, but when somebody spray painted it, boy, did they spray paint it. It is good and on there. So I did notice that there is 2 screws, so instead of trying to remove and keep it, that you could still put a candle in it. I guess you just won't have the base. But I'm going to go ahead and remove those screws. Hope I can remove those screws because the screws are rusted, so we'll see how it goes. And luckily I was able to get that bottom off. I'm not going to worry about trying to make it so that will turn so you can use it. I don't think cost efficiently for flipping. It's just going to be a cute little turtle, and you could still put a candle underneath it if you wanted to. You just won't have the metal base. So we'll put that in the recycling bin, and we'll get this guy all cleaned up. Yes, like I said, he was spray painted before. This is not his original paint job. You can see where he probably rusted and crusted underneath it all, but we're going to get that rusty crusty to shine back through. But no, not by removing this paint by any means. Now that he is all dried, I'm going to go ahead and get this primer on. This is a red primer, which reminds me of rust. So I thought this was a great primer to use on pieces that I want to use. The Iron Patina by Dixie Belle. So I'm going to start right off with his bottom. I'm going to work right. I'm not even going to let it dry. I'm going to work in the bottom and then work right on the top and get that Iron Patina paint on there. Now it takes 2 coats of that, so you I wouldn't skip that step. I would go ahead and make sure that you get those 2 coats on so you have enough coverage and enough of the iron to mix with the spray that we will be doing next. And now that I have the 2 coats on, it is dry. I'm going to go ahead and just start misting it on. So this is the green one first, and I am going to drizzle, probably not put as much of the blue one on, and the blue will give it that nice turquoise color here and there, but it also have that nice rusty color. Now every item rusts differently depending on what it is, especially with the spray paint. It's probably going to act a little bit differently. Not the one I put on, the one that was already on there. Then I like to pop back out my details just using a little bit of the Jolie's wax. And all I'm doing is just wiping it on and just letting it hit those detail areas. It really gives that realistic effect that this has aged over time. Next up is this windmill. I think it's just a Target piece, and it's just that new aged galvanized, but would this not look super cute, all rusted up, sitting on somebody's patio porch area in a cute little vignette with some, oh my gosh, you could take this from the spring to the summer right into the fall. But I want to age it up a little bit more than just rusting the metal itself. I want to give that board that's on the bottom, it's just press board, but by running my Japanese saw, giving it some age, that a little bit of beat up will definitely help that out. So yes, that's all I'm going to do. Take my Japanese saw, just run it here and there, giving it some gouge marks. Yeah, I know it's not real wood, but sometimes you just work with what you have, and once we finish the project, it will all come together. I got 2 coats of the iron paint on this. It's kind of repeating the process here for the last couple projects, y'all, so I'm trying not to bore you too much. But I am just going to go ahead and use the green patina spray on this one just to give it that rusty effect. So now to finish this video up, I have stars. You will be seeing stars, yes. So this one's kind of unique because it actually has an arrow which you stick in the ground so you can make it stand up. I thought that was very unique. But yep, just like anything, I have to get them all washed up. Some are already painted. Now, I flip and resell a lot of these metal stars in my area. I don't know about you all, but I usually just paint them white, or I paint them black, or if they're already rusty, I seal the rust in. So it'll be so interesting to see how these resell using this patina. So I'm going to do half with just the rusty, and then half with the rusty and the turquoise, that blue spray. So we will see how it goes. Oh my goodness, yes. Some of these were probably, could have been thrown in the trash, or you could have used them because they're outside. How close do you look at them? But oh my goodness, yes, from that filling in that rock rusty crusty snail to giving that little turtle some new life. Oh wow. And yes, painting the bottom of a glass that had been scraped up, giving it bright colors. Yes, I've done that to one that I have, and it had lasted the whole season, y'all. So give me a quick comment down below which one of the items I transformed in today's video, or have I inspired you to look at your stash of outdoor items that get sun faded and broken and just they need vamped up. So not only can you do this for resale or for flipping, but you can also do it in your own decor. You don't need to donate them. You don't need to throw them in the trash. Just give them new life. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.